national anthems.
Lietuva tėvynė mūsų, tu didvyrių žemė, iš praeities tavo sūnus stiprybę semia. Tegul tavo vaikai eina vien takais dorybės, tegul dirba tavo naudai ir žmonių gerybei. Tegul saulė Lietuvoj tamsumus prašalina, ir šviesa, ir tiesa mūsų žingsnius telydi. Tegul meilė Lietuvos dega mūsų širdyse, vardan tos Lietuvos vienybė težydi. Wilhelmus Fana Saue, ben ik van Duitsen bloed, den vaderland getrouwe, blijf ik tot in den dood. Een prinse van Oranje, ben ik vrij onverveerd. Den koning van Spanje heb ik altijd geëerd.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this concert dedicated to the 35th anniversary of the restoration of the independence of Lithuania and to the 150th birthday anniversary of Mikalojus Konstantinas Čiurlionis. We just listened to the Lithuanian national anthem performed by Luka Budvytis, born into a Lithuanian family in the Netherlands. 17 years old, singer passionate about musical jazz and digital drawing. Followed by the Dutch national anthem performed by Famke Vosholm, a mezzo-soprano studying classical singing at the Royal Conservatory of The Hague, where we are now. And before we start the concert, I would like to give the floor to Mr. Neilas Tankevicius, ambassador of Lithuania in the Kingdom of the Netherlands. Mr. Tankevicius.
Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, friends, good evening, good avond, labas vakaras. 35 years ago, on March 11, 1990, Lithuania declared independence from the Soviet Union. A few months later, tens of thousands of Lithuanians stood around Seimas, Parliament, building, holding nothing but each other's hands. They stopped tanks and guns. They defended their freedom, their right of choice, their dignity and democracy. They did not have strong cards, but they wanted to be part of the free world, and they succeeded. Just a dozen years later, Lithuania joined EU and NATO, which were regarded at that time as the best representation of the free world. Lithuania has been a shining example of the most successful EU policy so far, enlargement. transformative process of accession helped to make not only economy stronger, versatile and resilient, it's also helped to achieve success in so many other areas. We want now this success, stability and prosperity to be expanded to Ukraine, Moldova and other European countries that are ready to go through necessary reforms. Lithuania has been a reliable contributor to NATO and its missions. When the time came, Lithuania took on a heavy task for a small country and led provincial reconstruction team in the Gore province in Afghanistan for 8 long years. The security situation in Europe today requires response from all the allies, and Lithuania does its part. It currently spends almost 4% of GDP on defense, and a decision has been made to reach 5 to 6% in the coming years. Together with Poland, we lead by example and strive that the free world stays free. We need to call things what they are. Russia is the aggressor that wages brutal and illegal war against democratic and independent Ukraine. There was never a choice for Lithuania to support or not to support Ukraine. We did it, we are doing it, and we will continue doing it. We believe that every country, and first of all European countries, should reach assistance to Ukraine level of at least 0.25% of GDP. Lithuania and Netherlands continue an unprecedented decade of ever closer bilateral relations. Since March last year, we witnessed ministerial visits from previous and current Dutch governments. Mark Rutte, Dick Schoof, Hanke Bruinslot, Kajsa Ollongren, Rupert Spreckelmans, and others visited Lithuania. Cooperation in defense and security is as intense as ever. Bilateral trade and investment continue to grow to record levels. Dutch bond bike investment in Kėdainiai could be called for the time being the most modern bicycle factory in the world. It will bring Lithuania's export potential to more than 1 million modern bicycles a year. Bilateral tourism is booming. In 2023, Lithuania received as many Dutch tourists as before pandemics. A year later, just a year later, in 2024, this number grew by another 100%. 100%. Dear guests, in 2025 we celebrate 150 years since the birth of most celebrated Lithuanian artist Mikalojus Konstantinas Čiurlionis. This year is a good time to visit Lithuania because there will be hundreds of events in various places dedicated to the artist. Fast increasing number of direct flights between our countries will make this trip much easier and more enjoyable. If you're not traveling to Lithuania for those events, Čiurlionis is coming to you here in the Netherlands. In 2024, Museum Belvedere in Friesland hosted the first ever Čiurlionis paintings exhibition in the Netherlands. There will be few concerts with Čiurlionis music organized, including festival in Limburg in October this year. Just follow Lithuanian Embassy Facebook account. Tonight, we will witness something quite unique. Both the music specially arranged for various instruments and performed by students of the Conservatory. We will hear also writer Kurt van Eyhem narrating the artist's life. I'm looking forward to that. I'm grateful to all the partners for their support, but most of all, I want to thank the Royal Conservatoire of The Hague and our today's performers for making this evening possible. Let us enjoy this time together. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dankovicius. During the concert, you will hear Lithuanian students who study at the Conservatory of The Hague. Brilliant talent receives the very best possible education at this respected institute. And it is with great pleasure that I welcome on stage Mrs. Lies Coleman, Director of the Royal Conservatory of The Hague. Ms. Coleman.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dear guests, colleagues and friends, a very warm welcome to this festive evening here in the Conservatory Hall at Amare, the cultural and artistic heart of The Hague. Tonight we have a reason to celebrate the anniversary of Lithuania's Grand Maestro Mikalojus Konstantinas Čiurlionis, a painter, musician, composer, and artist. An artistic and cultural ambassador, not only for Lithuania, but for art itself. He stood as a beacon for everything he cherished: music, art, and his homeland. A great figure whose legacy still needs to reach the wider public. And today we take a step honoring him as he truly deserves here in the Netherlands. But there is more that we celebrate tonight. We celebrate our connection, our friendship, our pride, and our hope. As ambassadors, not only of nations, of people, of music, but of humanity itself. Because while we take rightful pride in our national cultures, our musicians, composers, and artists, we also stand here as representatives of art, culture, and a humanity that knows no borders. A humanity where language is not only spoken and read, but also sung, sculpted, and painted. Where our message is not only carried in words, but in feelings, emotions, passion, and solidarity. Where we uplift, support, and inspire one another toward a more beautiful world, where collaboration and unity matter more than self-interest. A world where beauty enriches the everyday, and where we value each other for who we are, individuals within a community of souls. Even we, as representatives and embodiments of art, culture, research, and education, are confronted with challenges that should, in fact, be our greatest strength. The universal and boundary-transcending nature of the arts and of music is no longer taken for granted. It is being questioned. It's being tested, sometimes even in the most literal sense. For us here at the Royal Conservatoire, and more broadly, for all of us in the world of art, this is an incomprehensible debate. Where else do people learn to collaborate more? Where else do we teach our youth to communicate better? Where else can we truly understand each other without stumbling over borders, language, or limitations? We too are ambassadors of what unites us and of what enriches us. We stand for cooperation, for communication, for perseverance, talent, and solidarity. We stand for the beauty and richness of tradition, for our own cultures as indispensable pieces of the grand puzzle that is culture with a capital C, a culture that belongs to all of us as citizens of the world. And every single one of us on stage and in the audience is connected by that which makes us human. And so I have a wish for you this evening. A wish that you enjoy this night, surrounded by like-minded individuals, immersed in beautiful music and shared purpose, united by friendship, by ambition, and a common drive to make the world a better, more connected, and more harmonious place. But I also have a call to action, to protect what makes us strong, our uniqueness and our differences, our collaboration and our energy, our respect and our resilience, our youth, our talents. Let them know that we are here for them, for their future, the future of our nations and of our world. From the bottom of my heart, I welcome you into our universe, the universe of the Royal Conservatoire and of the arts, and of the young generation who will lead us into the universe of Mikalojus Konstantinas Čiurlionis. Welcome and enjoy.
Thank you, Lise, for this inspiring speech. And from now on, ladies and gentlemen, the music of Čiurlionis will speak. The iconic artist Čiurlionis was indeed born 150 years ago in Varėna, a small village in southern Lithuania. There, in the middle of the pine forests, he received his first music lessons from his father, who was the sacristan in the local Catholic church. Barely 5 years old, Čiurlionis could play all the melodies he heard on the harmonium from memory. 2 years later, he could read and write the notes, and he made up variations on what was written. During the concert, I will tell you more about his life and work, but first we listen to Eva Narkute. This young pianist was born in Plunge, a small town not far from the Baltic coast, where Čiurlionis studied for 5 years at the music school of Prince Oginski. Ina lives and breathes Čiurlionis. She holds classes and concerts dedicated to him, popularizing his name in the Netherlands and drawing an increasing number of admirers of her talent, pedagogical skills and character. She plays Prelude, Opus 7 number 2, and the Nocturne Opus 6 number 2, both written by Čiurlionis in the summer of 1901, when he was on vacation in Plunge. Ina Narkute. Čiurlionio's family, ladies and gentlemen, wasn't rich. Despite the enormous talent of Čiurlionis, they could not let him continue his musical studies. They had moved to Družkininkė, a wonderful spa town on the border with present-day Belarus. And in the church, where he regularly replaces his father as organist, his talent was noticed by a Polish doctor. This doctor, Józef Markiewicz, arranged for him to be placed with Prince Ogiński in Plungę, where he joined the music school and soon became flutist in the orchestra. 5 years later, the prince was so convinced of his musical talent that he offered the boy the opportunity to study at the Warsaw Conservatory. From 1894 till 1899, he was taught by eminent teachers. In 1899, when he left Warsaw, he wrote the Prelude Opus 3 No. 1, which we hear immediately, performed by Ina Narkute and the cellist Mudry Bukute. It was initially partly Mudry Bukute's idea to organize a concert where Lithuanian students would perform Lithuanian classical music. Mudry left Lithuania at the age of 2 and has lived and studied in the Netherlands since. Her first introduction to Čiurlionis was a number of years ago when her parents took her to the National Museum in Kaunas, housing Čiurlionis art. There and then, her dream began, and she wants to thank the embassy to make this dream possible. And she also wanted to thank Čiurlionis' grandson, Rokas Tsubovas, also an accomplished musician, for all the help and support preparing the concert. Ladies and gentlemen, Ina Narkute, piano, and Mudry Bukute, cello, will play the first Prelude Opus 3 No. 1, but also a Nocturno from 1900, plus the Prelude Opus 11 No. 3 from 1902, and the Prelude Opus 12 No. 1 from 1903. You will hear the growing of this talent. Ina Narkute, Bukute. After Čiurlionis graduated with great distinction in Warsaw, Prince Oginski sent his protege to Leipzig. There he was taught by Karl Reinecke, the world-famous composer, conductor and pedagogue. In those days, Čiurlionis fell into a depression after the death of Prince Oginski, which also dried up his financial resources. But he did not like Germany. He was tired of working alone in Leipzig and returned to Warsaw, where he earned a living by giving piano lessons. Čiurlionis wanted to paint and draw, his oldest passion. He had always been involved in the visual arts, and almost automatically both art forms, music and painting, come together in his life. Čiurlionis becomes the synesthetic, an artist who looks and works in different forms, art forms that complete each other. Now we will hear Monica Torti, a Swiss guitarist who studied at the Conservatory of Lausanne before landing in The Hague. She won the Auditech Prize in 2022 and the Fritz Bach Prize in 2024. She has been invited as a soloist in Switzerland, France, Italy, Spain, and of course here in the Netherlands. She loves to play the music of Čiurlionis and to play together with Milda Orvidaite, currently pursuing her master's degree at the Royal Conservatory under the guidance of Pavel Steiner. Last year, she won the first prize at the International Baltic Guitar Competition. She had a great connection with Čiurlionis. The great synesthetic artist once wrote, "Music is the language of the gods. It works miracles, tames wild beasts, builds castles." Milda Orvidaite says, that is exactly how his music feels to me. Ladies and gentlemen, Milda and Monica will start with a homage to Čiurlionis, written by Lithuanian contemporary composer Giedrius Kuprevičius, and in an arrangement of Milda Orvidaite herself, followed by Bekit Barliai from Čiurlionis, written in 1909, and a prelude Vil 188, written in 1901. Milda Orvidaite, Monica Torti, guitar duo. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Mikalojus Konstantinas Čiurlionis wrote over 300 musical works during his life, and there must have been many more, because he threw a lot away. The approximately 400 paintings do not form the total oeuvre either. He also destroyed a lot of pictures because he wasn't satisfied with the result. Čiurlionis worked day and night, creating at an incredible pace. His mental health suffered under the pressure. The very shy artist fell victim to a mental illness just at the moment of his international breakthrough as an artist. He spent over a year in a small hospital near Warsaw, you should see it, where he died on April 10, 1911, only 35 years old. The complete oeuvre was carefully collected by his wife Sophia, and thanks to her we we can enjoy the wonderful pieces of music and the enigmatic paintings. In a moment, you will hear Regan Home violin, together with Jankos in another work of Čiurlionis, followed by two preludes, Opus 3, number 4 from 1908, and Opus 7, number 1, written in 1901. Regan Home is in her first year of bachelor at the Royal Conservatory. She has a firm belief in presenting music of underrepresented nationalities in traditional Western classical art. That's necessary. She finds a great appreciation for Čiurlionis' music. Ladies and gentlemen, we will listen now with Ina Narkute and Regan Home in those works, in those preludes. Regan Home, Ina Narkute. Čiurlionis' life, several of his paintings traveled to important exhibitions in Munich, Paris, London, and the work was well received. The critics were delighted about this unique qualities. Čiurlionis brought a new sound to the artistic scene with a combination of different art forms. But the calamities of the 20th century ensured that his work did not become better known in the Western world. Since the restoration of the independence of Lithuania now 35 years ago, this has changed. Exhibitions in Milan, Paris, London, Ghent, here in Vienna will soon be followed by a major retrospective in Tokyo. The whole world is discovering the unique work of this genius. Let's celebrate Čiurlionis with two more preludes played by Ema Dabrilkaitė. Prelude Opus 11, number 1 from 1902, and Prelude Opus 26, number 4 from 1907. You will hear the evolution. Please welcome for the last performance tonight, the incredible Ema Dabrilkaitė. the artists who gave so much beauty tonight. And it's a pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, to invite you all to the reception in the hall. Enjoy and have a wonderful evening. Thank you very much.